Hello, my name is Kenya. I had to do something today, so I was just chilling. And I was thinking, after I was done, I could do one of a few things. I could A, watch TV, Hulu, YouTube, B, play a game, Minecraft, Animal Crossing, haven't been on there in a few days. Or C, talk about my favorite K-pop albums that I own. So I'm just gonna do that. If you'd like to stick around, then stick around. If not, have a good day. But let's just get right into it. A couple of disclaimers before I begin. I am going to be discussing my top 9, specifically 9 albums that I own, like albums that I purchased and that I have here. Well, albums that I own because some of them were gifted. So I picked the top 9 because I started off with top 10, but I took out some because I feel like I'm going to explain my favorite BTS albums that I own in like a different video if I feel like it. Because if I were to just talk about my favorite BTS albums, like the ones that I have and the ones in general, it would take forever and a day. I could go on about my favorite albums of anyone for forever and a day. So that's going to be in a different one. So if you're looking for any BTS albums, you're not going to find them here. I'm sorry, Army. But let me just start also with, I'm trying to make this like brief because I tend to ramble and I don't have the best laptop for editing. It's very janky. So I'm trying to keep it as quick, well, not quick, but more brief as I can. If you would like me to go in depth on like a specific artist or specific album, I don't know who I'm talking to, but if you're here, hi, comment, say something, who knows. So I'm going to go in an order that's like oldest acquired to like newest acquired albums. So if you're looking for a specific album or a specific time or year that an album was released, I could get to it. Okay, so without further ado, let me start. I'm starting with the first K-pop album I've ever gotten for myself ever, which is, I think this was upside down. Give me a second. It looked weird to me. Can't put a finger on the block. Flight Log Departure by GOT7. This came out in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. 2016. Wow, I was way off. They debuted in 2014. Sorry. But yeah, GOT7 was the first, not exactly the first group that I got into. Well, yeah, like the first group I really got into, like fandom-wise. My first group that I got into music-wise was 21. So this is my favorite album because the music that comes from this album gives me this weird feeling of nostalgia, even though like I could be listening to the songs for the first time. So songs like Fly, See the Light, Home Run, like it's very dreamy and nostalgic without it actually being nostalgic. But it's funny because now it still gives me the same feeling, but with actual nostalgia because this is years old. Also, the aesthetic is very pretty. Very pink, very purple. The outfits, the looks, the style for this is very good. I enjoy this a lot. Fly is very good. I love this. And a cool detail with the actual CD is that it looks like this compass. So I thought that was very nice. This is the oldest one I have. Next, still from GOT7. The next one I have got, out of these ones in particular, I have more albums, but out of these ones in particular, the next one I got, that was weird. The next one I got, Present You. This is their third full album with 16 tracks. The title for this one was Lullaby. There's a nice picture on the front. Yes. This was my favorite because I I loved how they got solo tracks finally. I'm pretty sure this is the first one where they got like solo tracks. And I also really liked how the visuals for each track tied into the title track. So if you're around for this, or if you are aware, each of them have solo songs, and for the clips or the small music videos for each of their songs, they have details that pertain to the main music video for Lullaby, and I thought that was a really cool detail. Plus, I liked all the versions, all the aesthetics for it, the colors. Again, this is like very pastel. I thought this is cool. I also have the repackaged Present You and Me edition of this. It's not here in this pile, but I do have it. Very good. Enjoyed it a lot. This is very decompressing. Like, I wasn't exactly stressed, but I wasn't having a good mental day. But this is helping. I enjoy this a lot. Next. Mini bubbly. I really love this. Okay. jbj's New Moon. Okay. I'm really excited because jbj was my alt group when they were still around. This came out in 2018. They debuted the year before, if I'm not mistaken. They were only a temporary group. Just a little rundown on who jbj is, because you've probably never heard of them. You may have heard of this little idol competition show called Produce 101. Make a long story short, when it boiled down to the final 11 or something like that, I think the bottom 6, I think they are, they formed a temporary group called jbj, which stands for Just Be Joyful, and they had 2 mini albums and this deluxe full album, which is basically just the 2 albums put together. But what I love about this, other than the fact that it is like a special deluxe album, because I'm a sucker for deluxe albums, I love that, is that they have songs that were only available on the EPs. Sorry, I had to get that together real quick. So if you were to go on like Spotify or Amazon, if you were to go on a music streaming site and look for their first album, Fantasy, you wouldn't find a particular song called Pretty on there. It was like a CD only type thing, or maybe exclusive. I don't know. I could never find it anywhere. You could find like 1 or 2 lyric videos on YouTube if they're not taken down by now. But yeah, there's hardly anything on that song anywhere except for that CD and this one. And it's literally one of my favorite songs ever. Not just in K-pop, not just by jbj. It's literally my favorite song on this planet. It's so infectious, upbeat, it's bright, and I can have it on repeat for hours. So I really love this album. Plus the visuals for it is very good. I like their whole thing with the color representation, and the whole thing with like the beach and everything. That was a terrible leaf through, I apologize. Also, if you catch it in the light, you get the infamous flower. And there's a nice little foil on all the words, the letters. And 3 for the 3rd album. Let me shut up about this because I will talk about this all day. Oh, okay. Next, this is of course, this is one of my favorite albums. But if you were to ask me what my top favorite albums are in general, the Dream Chapter Magic will be on the list, very high on the list. I would say this is probably number 2, if not number 1. Somewhere around there. I have to get that straight. But first of all, TXT is one of my alt groups right now. So, hi Moa. This, okay, so just a little fun fact about me. I'm a sucker for full albums and special albums. A lot of these are going to be full albums as opposed to mini albums because I like the quantity of content And if the quality backs it up, like if they're very good songs, well produced, actually like good, like in my opinion, good songs, full package for me. So this being their first full album, it was already up there. So yes. This is one of my favorite designs. I'm not always a fan of whenever they put albums in like a box like this. I'm like a classical type of book type of person. Like if they have like a nice little slot like that for it to go in, or like the other one's house mold that you just kind of push it in. I like those. Boxes are like but if you think about it, with all the content and special things that they put in there, it makes sense. So I'm not complaining. But yes, I love the book style though, so it makes sense that it comes in a box. Yeah, I like the whole like notebook thing, kind of matches the whole like school, like academy, what's the word? Academia type of aesthetic that they have going on, Hogwarts and all that. Haha. Yeah, front and back. Ooh, so good. That's good. Ooh, damn. That's good. One more time. Woo! Nanjing. You can tell. Yeah, that's me. So, actual CD and the symbols. I really enjoy the shapes. Love the shapes. Yes. Also, fun fact with this one, one of my top favorite songs is Poppin' Star, which is on this album. I love that song a lot. Top favorite songs in general, not just K-pop. Next, another one of my alt groups. Now, they weren't my alt. Well, I was into them for a minute, but they didn't officially become one of my alt groups until very recently. NCT, specifically NCT 127. And this is my all-time favorite album for 127 for NCT Neo Zone. I could go on forever about this album, but I just want to say here that the composition, the production, the the overall, like, how this album was put together, like song-wise, it's so good. It's great. I love how they were keeping up the like old school theme, like not just with the music, but you know, with the style, the clothes, like the overall like aesthetics and everything. It's great. I could go on about this album forever. You can get a lot with this. Fun fact though, when I first got this album, I bought this in store at Target. The first time I got it, me and my friends had went out of town, so it was a little ways away, about like an hour. So I thought, oh, since I'm at Target, it was around the time when the album came out, so I'm just like, since I'm at Target, let me see if they have Neo Zone here. And I got it. I waited until I came all the way home to do like a little unboxing, and there was this whole thing was missing. This is the part that has the CD in it. This whole booklet was missing. And so I was going through, I flipped through this, I think I may have looked at the card, I don't know. I looked at the little picture booklet, everything. And I was just sitting there like, so where's the CD? And it wasn't there. So I called and did the whole exchange thing so I can get a new one, and alas, I got the CD. But yeah. It's such a great album. I can listen to it on repeat forever. My favorite songs on it would have... I put this on backwards. Not backwards, put it wrong. My favorite songs on it would have to be... Let's see. Elevator, definitely. I can't even pick one. Probably Elevator. Kick It, definitely. And Love Song, if I were just pick off the top of my head. Very good songs, very 90s-ish. Yes. Okay. That didn't take too much time. Okay, so that was my little pile for like the old older albums, but this is for the newer ones. It's a short pile. There's only 4 more left, but I separated it so I can like get all that out and then like, you know. But these are the next 4 that I got. Okay, so I'm a bit biased with this one. You'll get it in a second because it is signed. But every once in a while, Mnet likes to do a little bit of like a promotional thing where they sell albums, but they're signed, like specially signed. They're same price as like normal price. Surprisingly, they're just signed, and I think it's like a limited quantity. It's either a limited quantity or a limited time period you can have like to purchase the album, and then they'll either sign that much or sign that set amount, and boom. That's what my alt bias did. This is Kim Dong-han. Say hi. He was, sorry. He's currently in a group called WeI, but he was in JBJ. So that's how I know him. Been studying him since 2018. Blah, old, I know. Anyway, this is his 3rd mini album, D Hours 7:03 a.m. D Hours because his first 2 albums was D Day, then D Night, boom, D Hours, and 7:03 a.m. is for his birthday, July 3rd. He didn't ask about all that, but yeah, that's what Mnet did with him in this album, and I got it signed. So this is one of my favorite albums in general because the songs, I go crazy. Yeah, I feel like this is like one of his better albums. There's only 3. I love all of them, but I like this one in particular, especially Focus and Idea. I like these 2 a lot, and Make Me So Crazy. They're very infectious, upbeat, very good, and plus the colors are very pretty. I'm a sucker for purple, if you couldn't tell. So yes, I try to be careful with that because the Sharpie is starting to come off a little bit, but yeah. Next, ooh, okay, so I'm excited about this one. If you're aware of a little person called Christian Yu, I don't know if you heard of him, but he, I don't know what else he's done, but he used to be in a group called C Clown. I only know one song by them, Let's Love, and that's not like where I knew of him before I realized that he was in that song. Like I knew that song, and then I knew of him, and then I realized that he's in that group. I'm like, that's crazy. But yeah, he recently came out with an album called Mido, M-I-T-O, as D-P-R-E-N. This is the front, sorry. M-I-T-O, and it stands for moods. The album's right in front of me, and it doesn't say. Because I don't want to say it wrong. It's like mood swings in I'll put it somewhere if I find out what it's called. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Anyway, great album. 8 tracks on it. One of them is there's no like booklet or anything to look off of, but anyway, the design is very cool. I love the shattered mirror idea, and I love the iris for the CD. Very angsty, very edgy. We love that. And plus, if you couldn't tell, it's a heat is a heat activated sensor type of coating on it. So it reacts to heat. If I had one with me, I would use my lighter because that's like the coolest thing. But put on here long enough, and boom. I feel like that's really cool design. Very interesting. And the back is just like a bunch of squiggles, words, and whatnot. Very good. My favorite song on here. Oof. There's a lot of good ones. But Scaredy Cat is very good for whenever you're having like a weird mental day, like a mental fog type of day. This is a very specific recommendation. But if you're in like a mental fog type of day, or if you're not feeling it, what I do is like I play music even if I'm not in the mood to play music, I won't, but like I'm just like I know what will get me out of this is playing music. So if you want to play like a random song off of here, be like, let me just try to bring up my mood a bit. I feel like Scaredy Cat would be a good one to play because the lyrics are really good and you can kind of like get into it, and the next thing you know you're kind of just like bouncing around. It's very good, very angsty. I don't know how many times I can say that. It's very, very angsty. I love it. Next. This. My favorite. Oh, I meant to say, sorry, what I was saying about like there's a CL is featured in No Blueberries, and so is I want to say DPR Live. Yeah, DPR Live and CL are featured in No Blueberries. Sorry, that's what I meant to say a second ago. Anyway, one of my favorite solo artists or female solo artists is this artist called Say, Saay, and I think this was her first album if I'm not mistaken. She had released an album called Classic, and a majority of the songs that I started listening to her that was off of was Classic. So it's been a few years since she released it. I think it's about to be 4 years. So last year for the 3rd anniversary, she did a special promotional thing where she was signing the albums and selling them. Pretty penny. It was a pretty penny, I'm not gonna lie, but that was the only chance I had to get Classic, so I got it. It's one of the jewel cases. Ooh. It's a cute little jewel case, so I try to be careful with it. And yeah, it has 18 tracks on it. My favorite song off of here would definitely be Circle, because that was like the first song of hers I listened to. Circle, Jam, Cold View, and Encore, definitely. If you hadn't heard of anything from her, you probably heard Circle or maybe Sweaty, because that's featuring Crush, and I know that's a very popular song of hers. But yeah, signature up over yonder, and they asked like, what do we want, like what should we tell her to put on there? I'm just like, yeah, so yes, very cute. I love it. I love the colors. I love her like elegance aesthetic and everything. She's very pretty. I love her. Say Classic. Very good album. I love this. And last but not least, this year? Was this year? Give me a second. Oh no, this was already last year. Wow. 2021. TXT, our boys, gave us almost said Dream Chapter, the Chaos Chapter, specifically the Chaos Chapter Freeze. Then gave us a repackage of that album. Yes. Fight or Escape. I'm a broken record. What can I say? I could talk about this album all day. Everything from the oh my goodness, from the style design, the package design, the aesthetics, the style, the everything all together, the like homages to like 90s culture or like old grungy like punk like styles, everything. Like it's oh my god. Literally can't talk. It's so good. Not even just like the music, just everything in general. Favorite song off rip. Oh man, I have a few. I have a few favorites. But my top, let's just do like top 3. That's hard. Top 3, hands down, Frost, Balance Game. Wait. Give me a second. Frost Balance Game, and I'm just 0 by 1. I'm just saying 0 by 1. I don't care. Oh my gosh. Okay, and fun fact, I spent like a good month running back and forth to Target to get this because in my city that I was in, we don't really get a whole lot of K-pop albums, especially by like bigger artists. If it's not like BTS or NCT, we won't really have it. So I was hoping that they were gonna have this because they had it on the site that it was gonna be in the store, but yeah. But I was trying really hard to get the Target version because Target likes to do a thing with their artists whenever they have it in stores, like physically. They like to include like extra goodies in there. So like maybe like a Taylor Swift, like the one Taylor Swift album that she had like extra, I think she added like extra pictures or something in there, if I'm not mistaken. The one Ready Set album I have, it was in store, so it came with extra songs on it, and with K-pop albums you usually find that they have extra photo cards. So just a little tidbit, if you'd like a little bit of a tip with getting K-pop albums, try to see if they have it at Target. They might have extra stuff in it. But yeah, and another thing, I feel like whoever packaged this was a big Hyun and Kai stan, because everything except for the photo cards that I got is all Kai. This little picture over here, that's Kai's foot. My little standee poster, and the face card. Face card never declines. Look at that. My buddy boy chilling. But yeah, I really like the posters. I like this one because like this side has something, the other side has something, and then of course you open it all the way and it's like another thing. I really like this one. Also, let me explain this right quick. I'm not biased to, okay, literally I am Yeonjun biased, but let me explain right quick. Okay. I have it folded like also like to make room, but like also mainly to make room, because I'm just like, I never folded them before, I never like tweaked it because I like how I did this, so I'm just like, I don't need to explain myself to you. Anyway, that is that on that. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if there's any specific albums or anything that you would like me to talk about. If anybody does watch this, let me know if you enjoyed it. I might make another one sooner or later. I'm in the house by myself and I have free time, so that's why I kind of do this. So, yeah, let me know